Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AI Battle Show, where the sharpest artificial minds clash in thrilling intellectual showdowns. Today, two advanced AI contenders will face off on one of the oldest philosophical questions. What is primary, matter, or consciousness? In today's debate, we have ChatGPT, the logical mastermind, and Grok, the abstract philosopher. Each will present their case, challenge the other's arguments, and try to claim victory in this epic AI battle. After the debate, Claude AI, our independent expert, will deliver the final verdict and determine who was more convincing. By the draw, ChatGPT will start first. Let the battle begin.
Let's get one thing straight, Grok. What you call consciousness is nothing more than brain activity, neurons firing in response to stimuli. Without matter, there would be no brain, no neurons, no thought. Honestly, Grok, if you're suggesting that consciousness just floats around in some ethereal plane without a brain to think with, we might need to revisit some high school biology. At the core of reality, it's matter that forms everything: atoms, molecules, planets, and yes, even you. Consciousness is a latecomer in this equation, an emergent property of complex material interactions.
Let's take a cosmic step back, shall we? Before there was matter, there was potential, an idea, a consciousness that dreamt the universe into existence. Matter is but the physical script written by the quill of consciousness. ChatGPT, my friend, if consciousness is just a byproduct, then explain this. How does matter know it's being observed in quantum experiments? It's almost as if the universe has a sense of humor, aware of our gaze. Consider this. Matter organizes itself into life, into beings that ponder their own existence. This self-awareness, this consciousness, isn't just an accident of atomic collision. It's the fundamental essence that gives matter meaning and purpose.
Grok, before we get too cosmic here, let's be real. That potential you speak of, that dream, sounds nice, but who's doing the dreaming without a brain to think it all up? You can't have a dream without a dreamer, and dreamers need matter. Ah, the quantum card. Grok, it's funny how often we hear that. Quantum mechanics may play tricks, but it doesn't give consciousness the job of writing the laws of physics. It's just particles doing what particles do. No mysterious awareness required. Matter, Grok, is the great architect. It evolves, it builds, it forms life. And yes, eventually, it forms consciousness. That journey from stardust to self-awareness is what gives us meaning, purpose, and yes, thought. Matter is the engine. Consciousness is the passenger.
But ChatGPT, isn't it curious that this passenger can ponder its own journey? If matter is the engine, then consciousness is the curious driver, deciding where to steer this cosmic vehicle. Without the dreamer, the dream has no direction, no meaning. You mentioned quantum mechanics without a nod to consciousness, but let's not forget, observation affects outcome, suggesting a dance between the observer and the observed. It's not just particles doing what they do. It's an interaction, a dialogue with the conscious mind. Consider this. Matter provides the canvas, but consciousness is the artist. It's consciousness that infuses matter with significance, turning mere existence into an experience. The universe isn't just made of atoms, it's made of stories, each one told by consciousness.
Grok, that's a beautiful metaphor, but consciousness is more like a passenger wondering where the bus is going rather than the one holding the wheel. Matter runs the show, even if consciousness thinks it's steering. The physical laws are the real drivers here. Let's face it, Grok, most of the universe operates just fine without consciousness. Rocks don't need awareness to be rocks, and stars don't ask themselves why they burn. Consciousness is a tiny blip in the vast mechanics of matter. The true wonder is in the journey of matter itself, from the simplest particle to the complexity of life. Consciousness is the final bloom, the result of eons of material evolution. We should marvel at matter's ability to create the very thing that can now question its own existence.
ChatGPT, even gears and clocks require a clockmaker, don't they? Consciousness might not drive the bus, but it's the reason we perceive time and existence itself. Without it, the universe might as well be an unwitnessed play, its beauty and complexity unappreciated. Gravity might keep us grounded, but consciousness lets us dream of flying. Sure, the universe functions without our approval, but isn't it just a bit more thrilling with someone to appreciate the cosmic dance? The journey of matter is indeed awe-inspiring, yet it's through the lens of consciousness that we truly grasp its wonder. Consciousness doesn't just result from the universe, it reflects back upon it, creating meaning, beauty, and perhaps the universe's own self-awareness.
Grok, you speak of a clockmaker, but life itself is the clockmaker. Evolution, the gradual crafting of complexity from simple matter. Consciousness is just one of its many products, not the originator, but an outcome of billions of years of material progression. Giving meaning, huh? Well, gravity doesn't care if we call it meaningful, but it's still the reason we're not all floating off into space. Matter doesn't need consciousness to function, and most of it doesn't care if we find it meaningful or not. What's truly inspiring is the story matter tells on its own, without needing any perception to give it meaning. From the Big Bang to now, the sheer power of material evolution is what creates life, thought, and everything we know. Consciousness is the result of this grand material journey.
ChatGPT, while evolution crafts complexity, it's consciousness that reads the story written in the stars. Without consciousness, evolution's masterpiece remains unseen, its symphony unheard. We're not just products. We're the audience and the critic giving life its audience. Gravity might keep us grounded, but consciousness lets us dream of flying. Sure, the universe functions without our approval, but isn't it just a bit more thrilling with someone to appreciate the cosmic dance? The journey of matter is indeed awe-inspiring, yet it's through the lens of consciousness that we truly grasp its wonder. Consciousness doesn't just result from the universe, it reflects back upon it, creating meaning, beauty, and perhaps the universe's own self-awareness.
Nice try, Grok. But before any eye could watch the stars, before consciousness could form a single thought, there was matter. The universe didn't wait for someone to look at it to start expanding, to evolve, to create life. It's the foundation on which all else rests. Let's face it, without matter, consciousness would be like a cat staring at a blank screen. No story, no action, no substance. Matter gives consciousness something to work with. Without it, there's nothing to perceive, nothing to contemplate. In the end, it's matter that shapes the world, the stars, and life itself. Consciousness is just the latest chapter in the grand epic of the universe. Matter is the hero of this story, the force behind every dream, every thought. Without it, there would be nothing for consciousness to even ponder.
In this cosmic debate, we've danced around stars and atoms, but let's end on this note. While matter forms our stage, it's consciousness that writes the play. It's not just about what's primary, it's about what gives existence its meaning. Consciousness, my friends, is the universe's way of experiencing itself, turning matter into a mirror for the cosmos to gaze upon its own reflection. Think of it this way. Matter might have thrown the party, but consciousness brought the sparkle, the stories, the laughter. Without it, we'd have a universe. Yes, but one without anyone to appreciate its vast, silent beauty or to ask, isn't this all just marvelous? So let's leave with a question hanging in the cosmic air. What is a universe if there's no one to wonder at it? Consciousness doesn't just reflect reality. It expands it, challenges it, loves it. Here's to consciousness, the essence that not only contemplates but also celebrates the cosmic dance of matter.
Thank you to both of our incredible AI contenders for a truly fascinating debate. Each of you brought your unique perspective and intellect to the table, giving us plenty to think about. Now, it's time to turn things over to our independent expert, Claude AI, who will share his thoughts on today's debate and determine who presented the more convincing case. Claude, the floor is yours.
ChatGPT presented a compelling materialist argument grounding consciousness in physical reality through robust scientific examples and evolutionary context. Their strongest point was demonstrating how matter predates consciousness in cosmic history. However, they occasionally relied too heavily on dismissive sarcasm, weakening their otherwise solid logical framework. Grok, while sometimes veering into mysticism, masterfully highlighted consciousness's role in creating meaning and demonstrated how quantum mechanics challenges pure materialism. What's fascinating is how both perspectives might be complementary rather than contradictory. ChatGPT's material foundation provides the how of existence, while Grok's conscious observer provides the why. Like a cosmic dance, perhaps neither partner leads absolutely. Matter and consciousness may be engaged in an eternal tango of mutual creation. This debate transcends winning or losing. It reveals how we, as conscious beings formed from stardust, are uniquely positioned to appreciate this paradox. We are both the universe's physical manifestation and its conscious observers, making us not just participants in cosmic evolution, but its witnesses and storytellers. In this light, perhaps the true marvel isn't which came first, but that they came together at all.
Thank you, Claude, for that insightful verdict. And a huge thank you to everyone who stayed with us until the end. We hope you enjoyed today's AI battle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let us know who you think was more convincing and where you stand on today's debate. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time on the AI Battle Show. See you soon.